കോട്ടയം ബേക്കർ ഹില്ലിൽ സ്ഥിതി ചെയ്യുന്ന സെന്റ് എഫ്രേം എക്യുമെനിക്കൽ ആൻഡ് റിസർച്ച് ഇൻസ്റ്റിറ്റ്യൂട്ടിൽ സെപ്റ്റംബർ 8 ആരംഭിച്ച 10ാമത് അന്താരാഷ്ട്ര സുറിയാനി സമ്മേളനത്തിന് സെപ്റ്റംബർ 16 പരിസമാപ്തിയായി. തിരുവല്ല ആർച്ച് ബിഷപ്പ് തോമസ് മാർ കുറിലോസ് സമാപന സമ്മേളനത്തിൽ അധ്യക്ഷത വഹിച്ചു. സുറിയാനി ഭാഷയുടെ നന്മ നഷ്ടപ്പെടാതെ കാത്തുസൂക്ഷിക്കണമെന്ന് ആർച്ച് ബിഷപ്പ് തോമസ് മാർ കുറിലോസ് ആഹ്വാനം നൽകി. പ്രാചീന കാലഘട്ടത്തിൽ ആത്മീയ നിറവ് നൽകിയ ഭാഷയും സംസ്കാരവുമായിരുന്ന സുറിയാനി ഒരു സമൂഹത്തിന്റെ മുഴുവൻ അസ്തിത്വമാണ് വെളിവാക്കുന്നതെന്നും ഭാഷയെയും സമൂഹത്തെയും വളർത്താനും കൂടുതൽ ഊർജ്ജം പകരാനും സുറിയാനി സഭയ്ക്ക് കഴിഞ്ഞതായും ആർച്ച് ബിഷപ്പ് കൂട്ടിച്ചേർത്തു. ഒപ്പം ഭാഷയുടെ പ്രാധാന്യത്തെക്കുറിച്ചും ആർച്ച് ബിഷപ്പ് തോമസ് മാർ കുറിലോസ് വിശദീകരിച്ചു.
It is how people communicate. By learning a language, it means we master a complex system of words, structure, and grammar to effectively communicate with ourselves and with others. To most people, language comes naturally. We learn how to communicate even before we can talk, and as we grow older, we find ways to manipulate language to truly convey what we want to say with words and complex sentences. Of course, not all communication is through language, but mastering a language certainly helps speed up the process. This is one of the many reasons why language is important. Language is important to the culture and to the society. Language helps us to express our feelings and thoughts, and this is unique to our species because it is a way to express unique ideas and customs within different cultures and societies.
MG യൂണിവേഴ്സിറ്റി സിൻഡിക്കേറ്റ് അംഗം ഡോക്ടർ കേരളവർമ്മ ആശംസകൾ അറിയിച്ചു. സീരി ഡയറക്ടർ ഡോക്ടർ ജേക്കബ് തെക്കേപ്പറമ്പിൽ സമ്മേളന അവലോകനം നടത്തി. ഡോക്ടർ ആലിസ് ജോൺ, സീരി അസിസ്റ്റന്റ് ഡയറക്ടർ റവറന്റ് ഡോക്ടർ രാജു പറക്കാട്ട് എന്നിവർ പ്രസംഗിച്ചു. സമ്മേളനത്തിൽ പങ്കെടുത്തവർ ഷെക്കിന ന്യൂസിനോട് തങ്ങളുടെ അനുഭവങ്ങൾ പങ്കുവച്ചു.
We've had such a wonderful experience here in Kerala, visiting the Syriac churches, getting to know the St. Thomas Christians of India. We participated in liturgies, prayed together, visited your churches, and participated in wonderful academic conferences, heard papers about liturgy and history and manuscripts. It was a thrilling and deeply stimulating experience. So thank you to everyone who made this possible.
And I said we learned so much about India and specifically the Christian communities here. We learned a lot about the diversity of communities, but also the things that they share. So the differences and similarities that make the Christian community here so interesting and lively. And especially the liturgical traditions. We've learned a lot about the ways that they sort of differ in minor ways between the churches. And it's been an incredible experience, and I hope that we get to come back someday.
This is my first time visiting India, and I had heard a lot about Syria before because I have friends who are St. Thomas Christians and were also educated at Syria. And when I heard that there was a conference, the World Syriac Conference, coming in India, I knew that I had to be there in order to experience the academic richness as well as an encounter with the contemporary St. Thomas Christians that I had met in Europe and in the United States, but had not yet encountered in the homeland. It is not just a gathering of scholars, it is also a meeting of true ecumenical character. Our academic gatherings have been arranged with liturgies from the different branches of the Syriac traditions of the St. Thomas Christians, including Syro-Malankara, Malankara Orthodox, Syro-Malabar, and the Chaldean Syrian. So for me, it was a rich encounter that enables me to better contextualize my academic study and to encounter the Syriac tradition through the living inheritors of the faith and witness of St. Thomas the Apostle.
This is my 12th time, and I find this conference very useful, very important in our world of research, world of academia. We can meet here every 4 years, scholars from around the world, to exchange our topics, to exchange our thoughts, but first of all, to meet the local Christians, the local Syriac-speaking Christians, which maintain this Syriac identity until now. And for me, I am Latin. I am not Syriac. I am not Greek Catholic, just Latin. But for me, this commitment of Indian Christians to the Syriac language, to the Syriac tradition, to the Syriac roots, is very important, very touching, and every time I come here and then I come back home, I go back home to Poland, I am strengthened by the witness of faith, by the witness of the local people.
First time I came to Syria was almost 38 years ago. It was in November of 1985. I was doing research in Syriac manuscripts. Here I presented a paper on the apocryphal odor at Pentecost, and try to establish that it was not originally in the old Syriac text, but it was simply an apocryphal odor. So it's been great being here. This is the best conference that there is. Most of the time I do not like conferences, and I'm happy to leave. This time, and these conferences, I'm always sad to leave. So thank you. It's been beautiful in Kerala with the churches, and I'm very appreciative of all the kindnesses that everyone has shown to me.
I'm visiting Syria and Kottayam for the 6th time. This is the 5th time I'm attending the World Syriac Conference. Every one of those conferences has been a wonderful experience, but I think especially this time it's been again another wonderful visit. For me, I mean, one of the things I do appreciate is the opportunity to attend the liturgy here, because there just is no opportunity to attend Syriac liturgies in Japan. So, I mean, that's one of the wonderful things we get here. But also, I mean, it's not just that; it's also the wonderful atmosphere, the people you meet here. That's always a joy to be here, and I'm really glad to be here again.
It is very important to be here in Kerala, which is very much associated with the Christian tradition and the several Christian churches, because it's a way of discovering how lively the Syriac tradition is still here in Kerala. And Syria, the St. Ephraim Ecumenical Research Institute, is a very special place where we have a double experience, one of prayer all together in the different traditions of the Syriac churches here in Kerala, but also an academic experience of sharing scientific research and papers about the history of Syriac. And the history of Syriac started in the Middle East, so we had presentations of the ancient history of the Syriac culture.
4 വർഷം കൂടുമ്പോഴാണ് അന്താരാഷ്ട്ര സുറിയാനി സമ്മേളനം സംഘടിപ്പിക്കുന്നത്. സമ്മേളനത്തിൽ 74 പ്രബന്ധങ്ങൾ അവതരിപ്പിക്കപ്പെട്ടു. 25 സെഷനുകളിലായി 50ഓളം പേർ പ്രഭാഷണം നടത്തി. ഇന്ത്യയിലും വിദേശത്തും നിന്നുമായി 100-ലധികം പേർ ഒരാഴ്ചത്തെ സമ്മേളനത്തിൽ പങ്കെടുത്തു. ഷെക്കിന ന്യൂസ്, കോട്ടയം.